Alright guys, so the last time I left you off, I had an S15 and now I do not have an S15. I know that sounds weird, but I dug deep into the car and found out that there is a lot more rust and bondo in this car than probably any other S15. There was holes the size of my hand, like the whole hand in the actual roof. They did a very good job bondoing up this car. But it was a lot of bondo. Even the frame rails were bondoed on the car, so it was terrible. The guys that I bought it from, they've been really stand up about the whole thing. I sent them a lot of pictures. The car really was unsafe. The frame rails had holes so big. I mean, like they were like good 4 or 5 inch long holes, rust holes that were like 2 inches wide. Once I took off the frame rails. The strut towers were actually bondoed. Mind you, when I bought this car, there was a lot of ice on the ground and there was ice all over the car. So I tried to scrape off so much ice I could and like checked it out, but it looked as if the car was actually in amazing condition. It seemed like the better condition out of the cars he had. And of course, what happened with the silver one. So I didn't get that one, although the silver one also had rust on the quarter panel. So they came back, they picked up the car, they actually drove all the way down from New Jersey, picked up the car from me, and there is I think it's Midnight Purple 1 painted S15. That car looks like it's in great condition. It had 80,000 kilometers on it, so it's only like 50,000 miles or something like that. It did have a little bit of a front ending damage on it, but they're gonna take apart the red car, take the course part off it, and put it on inside of the other one, along with some of the front end pieces. I got the bumper still because I'm gonna start prepping it for paint. And yeah, so that's probably going to be their main mechanics going on vacation for 2 weeks, and it's going to take them probably a week to get all that stuff on and straighten out. So I'm looking probably at a month before I get the car back. But until then, I'll be paint prepping a lot of items. I'm going to actually start to order some more parts for the car now that I really know what car I should be getting. I should be ordering the right parts. But we're going to start off today with one of the wrong parts, and I'm going to unbox it. It's from nizmopartsplug. Really good, helpful people. Actually, helpful person, the owner, if you call them or need anything for a Nissan, especially the rare parts, he can get it for you. He can actually get any metal component for an S15. He, at first I was gonna start to try to replace the parts that were in the car, but then it got too bad. When I thought it was just a roof, I was fine with it. Once I found out that it was a rear deck panel as well, I was like, you know, this is kind of, I don't know about this. And then once I found all the rust on the frame rails, I was like, okay, I'm definitely not keeping this car. So, but I did order some S15 fenders. I just, I have one actually unboxed, and it looks beautiful. There's no bins or anything like that up there, but I wanted to actually unbox one just to show y'all how he actually has everything packaged or whatnot. We're actually up inside the attic right now. Also spare bedroom, and Amy's working on something. So anyhow, I started to take over a corner in here, so if anybody stays up here, they're gonna have to sleep next to all my car parts. But start to unbox this item. So here we go. Here's one of the parts I actually, when I went up to New Jersey, I stopped by his house to pick up, just to ensure that the products didn't get messed up inside of shipping. Because back when they started making the S15s, Nissan was pretty much in a bankrupt state, and they made things a lot cheaper metal, thinner metal. So these fenders are actually not thick at all. They're very thin fenders. So here we go. Got the foam pad in to keep it from, I guess, bending. Everything looks great on it. There's a little scuff from the cardboard rubbing up against it. But there you go. This is actually a part that people didn't think you were actually able to buy anymore. As you know, these things go for about $400 or $500 in used condition on eBay with $400 or $500 shipping, so it ends up being like $1,000 for some fenders if you can even find them. And this guy got me a set for about the same price, brand new. It took a while to come in. These parts take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks because they are coming from a factory in Japan, and sometimes they have to be still pressed or made, so it can be longer, but it's well worth the wait. Actually, he's the one that got me the OEM side spats as well, so really happy with his business and his company. So now we'll talk more about the car. So this car, I'm gonna try to show y'all a little clip of it when we were actually taking it apart, and you'll understand the reason why it's going. I can stick my screwdriver in multiple pieces. All this is Bondo attaching itself to this. So all that's completely rotted out. Other side, holes along this whole panel, and then we have this thing monstrosity, which starts about right here, comes up, and it's all the way into this window. And then we have these holes right down in here. You can clearly see them without me shoving a screwdriver through it. There's rust all along this line. You can see it right through there. Rust all through there. Stay with me though, because a lot of fun things to come. Of course, I have the wheels I got from Select Wheel Group. Really good guys. These were the last ones in the color and its spec inside the States when I got them, so very happy about getting those. The BC coilovers as well came from Select Wheel Group. The side skirts, here's a funny story about those. So they're Spec R side skirts. They got the other caps to them, the front caps. The side skirts, when I picked up the red car, I was supposed to get the silver one. The silver one had those side skirts up there. So I was talking about the car, and he was like, hey man, I said, like, look, I really wanted the silver one because, you know, the silver one had some of the Spec R pieces that I wanted that I already ordered the other Spec R pieces to match. It also had a spoiler in the back of it. It wasn't too humongously big on the actual spoiler. I really didn't care about the wing. But he actually had these in the back. He had them wrapped up. I guess he had ordered a set just to complete some cars, and came out great. So then I got the Never Content license plate, frame, and a bunch of stickers, Part Shop Max lug nuts. So yeah, things are coming together. Hey, there's wheels right there.
Bro, I gotta go because the car was busted.
You gonna leave me because my car's busted?
Yes.
Yo.
I'm upset.
What?
I'm upset.
It's just a line of rust. It's just rust.
No.
It's just rust.
Stop.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on, come back.
No.
Please come back to me.
If you tinted my windows, then I'd be able to hide right now. That's for tint job.
Come back, David. David, it's not that bad.
Ow.
David. 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 David.
What are you doing?
David.
I can't leave now.
All right, man. Why are you really leaving then?
I gotta make sure my wheels are in the house.